what it is, everybody. Early morning, feeling good. It's the reflector, here to reflect what you choose to neglect. All right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to SpongeBob. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to SpongeBob. Everybody ended up having our energy. Everybody ended up having my energy. SpongeBob came out in 1999. The last time real shit was made, it probably ended about like 2005. That's when shit started getting a little shaky. But you know what I'm saying? Shout out to SpongeBob. Everybody ain't even fuck with that shit at first. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody, I bet most people did like it. They just didn't come out right and say that. You know, like I always sound like SpongeBob, but I stopped watching it just based on circumstances, having to go to college and then working and then just dealing with people. So I was just like, man, fuck that. I even stopped playing video games. I stopped doing a lot of shit. Anyway, today, a little intro. It's my channel. It's my channel. And it's my channel. Yes, it is, it's my channel. That's gonna be my intro song, like the morning news. I'm the news channel. Anyway, so the money, power, respect mentality that a lot of people uphold or strive to get to that position. And then they'll probably realize it's not even all of that, because all of that money, power, respect will just lead you into an energy of being on top of the world or being higher than other people, basically. And then you're gonna have expectations of things in your mind that you expect people to do, and half the time you probably won't even voice those things out. Now, even if you are an outward person, when it comes to that type of shit, you ain't gonna get you gonna get a reaction and a response based on that individual, but they gonna be looking at it like, man, they gonna have a sense that that shit is kind of like whack and weak. They gonna have to bend themselves over, which people do this shit all the time, but mentally bend themselves over into relating with what the fuck you just said. That's just like saying that's like if somebody says some shit like Jesus is coming back. Like, it's everybody most likely nowadays will just dismiss that shit, you know? So that's what I mean. Like, people, when they don't accept it based on new times and you're bringing up old shit, but same shit, different day type shit, people gonna look at you like, damn, you're not evolving. Damn, you're not doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got this money, even if you got a good, powerful position, even if you got respect, aka you've been working somewhere, you've dedicated your life, you've sacrificed, blah blah blah, all these different obstacles and shit like that people go through. Like, you got people like 50 Cent, right? That's like a big person that most likely will be on that money, power, respect shit. Jay-Z, people like that. Now, it's almost like they're basically saying, how you hating from outside the club, you can't even get in type shit. Now, that's a real thing to it, but these people were already picked preliminary round. They were already picked to be in a position. They just kind of maintained it and learned secondhand, like, things that people already did that was in their position. They just did it in their own way. So somebody that was already a music producer or a business owner, like, they're just reduplicating it in a black ass way, or in a trying to be new, or trying to be, this is how you do it as a regular black person because we at the bottom face. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit, but they the main ones that never talk. That's another thing. The money, power, respect, that's basically a person saying, I don't gotta say much. I don't gotta talk to y'all. That's the respect and the power. It's mostly power. So they be thinking about that tangent, that little emphasis. So they're like, nah, I don't need to speak with y'all. So like I said, most of these people that got that energy, they don't even come out and talk. Now, people can say because they with the Illuminati, or like they're obligated to not say certain things based on terms and conditions with contracts with these businesses and stuff, corporations. But yet They trying to tell you how to fucking live. Like, I hate motivational speakers that don't have no sense of like they damn self. They over here just regurgitating how we all been fucking living life this whole time. Sorry y'all, my damn hands dry. Just showered too. I must have not wiped my hands. I just did this and just put it on. Not. But yeah. I'm sad. About to be a full moon, by the way. Mañana. So y'all prepare for that. It ain't nothing big, you know. If you don't pay attention to it, you know, man, I stop paying attention to it sometimes. You just try to feel for the energies for yourself, and then just really look at it like a modality. So one of the three, air, earth, fire, water, there's 3 types in each of those elements. So 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 zodiac. Really just look at it like that, or look at it like seasonal. You know, it ain't really that deep. It's just, cause then you'll get lost in names and titles, where this shit was made by somebody else that had an intent, and his intent was, what I'm saying, try to learn these things we go through that we can't see, but we're able to map it out and write it down and kind of label these certain energies we feel, from the sun all the way to goddamn Pluto, you know. So the 10 planets, like sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Pluto. So, well, it's because the sun and moon is like your soul interacting with all of these things. So technically it's 12 planets, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta break down astrology a little bit because that's what the fuck I do. It's what the fuck I do. It's what the fuck I do. Anyway, money, power, respect. We gotta stop that shit. You got people over here donating money to people. You got people out here idol worshiping people. Yes, it's their fault for doing that, but technically they're just doing what that person that's in that good position did, which was just follow some plan and do it a certain way. And then, like, a lot of times it does come down to grinding. Like, they really did grind, but sometimes these niggas ain't grind. They just had shows. They just had everything orchestrated for them, and like they just lived it. You know, like people like Meg Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, Lotto, like they kind of just got picked, and all they had to do is just do what they would normally do, but just do it on that platform. Like, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, you should get your money. I'm just saying. I call it how I see it. Call it how it is. It is what it is. But yeah, so like these things is going to render everybody's setback energy, because we still trying to act like that wasn't for a time. It was a time to be like that. Maybe because the situations and the energies back then, which was probably more about establishing something and more about rule based, so everybody can be on the same accord. Now we already done been doing that shit so long, so it's like it's up to individuals to group together or just do it themselves and change the world in some way. So use what's been done, just revamp it into a new and improved way. That's why Pluto, which is the last planet or the distant planet, but it's the whole theme of what we're going through. Pluto is in Aquarius, so that's all about newness. It's the middle of the winter sign. So you taking everything that you done built and had to basically use as is, like, you know, when it die outside, the shit just be as is, it's still there. You can use it, like use some wood, make some, you know what I'm saying? Make some pencils or some shit. That's how you gotta be with this energy. You just gotta reuse what's been done, but use it in a like a vamped up way. So shit, like what I'm doing, I'm just basically talking like a sports announcer, like a news person or a podcaster. Podcasters used to be what blogs or documentaries or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just everything's the same shit, different day. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. So what I'm doing is one thing. You can work all you want, but how are you working, or how are you spending your time while you're there, or how are you spending your time when you're done? Like, are you dreaming about fucking work? You know you flaunt. Everybody need to look at themselves like they ain't shit when you start feeling like yourself is going, like you letting your mind roam, losing your mind and shit. for you to gain it back. So over time, you'll be like, God damn, like this week's been passing by, because you know you're interacting like 8 hours a day with strangers. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll sit there and be like, damn, I'm gonna carry this to my home, cause we be unaware that that's what we doing. Your subconscious is strong, especially nowadays, and especially if you have elements of water. Earth too. It's just earth signs be just hiding their emotions too much. That's why earth is opposite of water. So a water sign gonna look at the earth like, damn, where your emotions? The earth's gonna look at the water like, why ain't you stable? But they both doing the same shit. Enduring, taking in things as an experience, and then they'll pretty much carve out something from it. So usually a water sign will carve out, a water element carves out experiences and fluid, like trying to connect basically. They're trying to make up situations of connectivity and going with the flow. Earth is gonna make up situations about how are you gonna establish, like what steps are you gonna do. The water is like, I'm gonna just go with it when I'm in it, but I know my emotional support energy that's the foundation. You know, so that's how it's opposite, but it's the same shit. Anyway, so side point. Point is, man, yeah, we can't be doing this shit no more. Shit whack. Shit whack. Ain't no money, power, respect. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm just mostly talking about the people in a higher position. Now, if you if you a manager and shit, I mean, good for you. But if you up your ass and shit, or you a team lead, you flunked out, or you not stepping in your power enough, and you still letting people kind of walk all over you, then that's another story. Y'all gotta step up. But as far as y'all people in work, y'all need to just make it an environment that's calm and not so uptight and using the old energies, acting like y'all don't understand how to relate certain words, yet y'all gotta keep on going through these same as blocks like a game. You gotta keep going, load in here, load here, load here. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be more smooth if we gonna sit here and act like we gotta actually work all fucking, which that's what it's gonna be. Nothing changed 2021 through 2023. That's 2023 is when it started getting more real. But like if you was like being yourself and actually understanding the change from 2020 2022, you lived a good time. But then it's like they looking at you with their God energy of structure and jealousy and do it this way, come to me to do it right. So then it'll turn into a situation where you gotta overly prove something. So it'll become tiring basically. You know, like an obligation. But you know, it's all about your mental power, because it's all as much as you make it to be. Like it's God is bigger than all your problems type shit. So it depends how many minutes and seconds out of the day that you spend doing that little negativity that don't get you nowhere, or thinking that in a certain way. So yeah, man, let's get better, y'all. Well, I'm out this bitch. About to start this morning routine. You know what I'm saying? Get with this day. I think it's gonna be like probably like 77. I'm in Texas. So it's the reflector, man. Here reflect. Let's get out these outdated mentalities.